Hello friends, we're back with another art journaling video. I forgot what we were doing here for a second. A D&D art journaling video. As you can see, this guy is chunky. I'm really interested to see how many more spreads I can fit in this, because I think the last time I counted, I still had about 50 pages left. I have started doing the thing where you glue pages together in between spreads. I forgot about that tactic. I used Art Journal and I stopped for a couple years. So I completely forgot about that tactic and I have employed it since, but that's not going to save me very much space since I've already done so much. But we'll see how much we can fit in here. So today's spread is these two people. This green one's name is Esha, and then the blue one, who's currently being covered up, her name is Sae Hee. And we're going to start with Sae Hee because I do Sae Hee first. Sae Hee's on the left. So Sae Hee is a human, and her birthday is December 13th, a Sagittarius, I believe. Or is that a Capricorn? No. That's a Sagittarius. Anyways. And this is part of the Lustile NPC series, and she is the local tarot reader, diviner, all of that. She is most known for her tarot readings, but she can do other forms of divination, like bone readings, tea leaf readings, anything really. So she is the one that people go to when they need advice. And she's also, honestly, she's pretty well known. And she's friends with a lot of people. So they can back up her claim. She's also a very nice person. She's very understanding and likes to help out, like when she sees someone going through something, or if she sees that someone may be interested in learning, she is fine with helping them out with that as well. And she is, even though she has a lot of friends, and even though she is such a nice person, she's still also very much a mystery in a lot of ways. She's honestly a mystery to me as well. And I kind of love that. I feel like she's one of those characters I don't need to know everything about, that I don't want to know everything about. She's one of those characters that when it's time for me to know something, she'll tell me, So I do appreciate that about her. But she is a regal, and you couldn't really see up close, but in her frame at the bottom she has the crystal ball. I was gonna say the divination ball, the crystal ball. And then on the top, she has a tarot card. And the tarot card I chose for her is, you guessed it, the Empress. For her spread, I kind of knew the general aesthetic I wanted for both of them. Obviously, I wanted hers to be more, as you can see, astrology, divination, witchy focused. And that card up there, the tarot card, is Sagittarius card, and I wanted to put that on there. The stickers on the right, the one that looks like an astrological chart and the moon symbols and things like that, that's the kind of vibe I wanted hers to have. And see, I have this little astrology sticker, so I knew the general vibe I wanted for hers. I just didn't have all the exact colors that I wanted. I'll be honest, I don't have a lot of purple paper. I need to get that fixed. I don't have a lot of purple paper. And so I was forced to go with more of dark blues, which worked out. And I like how glittery these stars are in the background. I think it does work out. I'm at the point in this journal where it's becoming so warped on the left side because there's just so many spreads that I'm having to hot glue down a lot of things, especially when they're near the crease. As you can see, that paper is lifted. It's very lifted. So no matter how much glue I put down, no matter how much I hold it in place, it simply does not stay. So I will hot glue it down later, which is very unfortunate that I have reached the hot glue phase. because that means that I'm going to be able to fit even less spreads in here, because hot glue is going to make it thicker. But 'tis life, it is what it is. It is what it is. At least I know now it's not going to, fall everywhere. It will actually stick. But yeah, things are becoming very warped, especially if it's on the left side. But it's not so warped to the fact that it makes it look bad, you know? It's not warped enough that it makes it look bad. So we're just going to keep it pushing. I'm going to keep putting spreads in this. And honestly, I don't have another journal to start anew. Like, I don't have another journal to continue, so I have no choice but to continue using this journal, and I love it. I want to fit as much as possible as I can in here, and to be honest with you, the spine actually hasn't broken yet. I don't know how. It's extremely warped, has not broken, so that's pretty dope. Don't know how we have managed to come this far, but we did. So from now on, because in the Nami spread, the Nami and Zanara spread, I had to start gluing hot stuff down. I had to start hot gluing stuff down. I just woke up. Please forgive me. Have some mercy on me. I had to start hot gluing a lot of stuff down. And I thought at the time it was just because I was doing complex spread with lots of different like textures. But no, it's also because this journal is just getting too big. So you will see the hot glue gun come out a lot, and you will see me get pissed off at getting hot glue strands everywhere. I still have hot glue on my desk right now from the last spread I did, which was the Moonlit Trinity. So look forward to it. Anyways, I enjoy how Sae Hee's spread came out. I think it matches her aesthetic pretty well. And then the second one I'm working on is Esha. And Esha is actually Sae Hee's apprentice. That's why they are together. Esha is a satyr, and she is 28 years old, born June 2nd. And she is a satyr, and she's a satyr. She is her apprentice, and she is specifically apprenticing learning how to read bones. She is a bone reader specifically. And Esha has been with Sae Hee for a while, and I think, was it this year? Was the first time that Esha was actually ready to read on her own for money. She did it at a festival, so she's slowly getting out of her apprenticing phase, which is pretty dope, pretty dope. And Esha is a very interesting character because she's like that weird kid in the back of the class, that is just kind of staring, and you don't know what she's staring at. You feel like she's staring into the beyond, or she can see something that you can't see, and it just really creeps you out. That's Esha. There's something going on, and Esha tells everyone that she was kidnapped from the Feywild as a child. That she was brought to the material plane, but the people that kidnapped her were apprehended in Zeldoran, and then from there she ended up in Lustile and lived in the foster system until she was an adult. But that's not actually what happened. Her backstory is a lot more complicated than that. It's partly true. It's just missing out a big chunk of what actually happened. And Esha was kidnapped when she was a child. She was brought to this demon who wanted friends. She had kidnapped a bunch of children from everywhere else and solely kidnapped kids just to bring them to have fun. Because she was also a younger childlike demon. So that's how Esha ended up there. And obviously suffered horrible conditions, but then was kind of adopted by this demon's older brother, quote unquote. She lived with this demon's older brother who took care of her and sent her to school, the whole 9 yards. And then when Esha was of age, she left. She still keeps in contact with him, and he didn't really necessarily like her leaving, but she was like, I'm an adult. I'm gonna go do what I'm gonna go do. And so then she ended up in Lustile. That's kind of Esha's story, and this is how the spread came together. But they both, once again, complement each other. I'm so thankful that they do, because otherwise I would have been embarrassed. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!